Out of all the countries in the world, India is one of the most popular tourist destinations for foreign people. Over 10.9 million tourists came to India in 2019. That's bigger than all of Bangalore in 2011. But if you're like me, you might be wondering, why are so many people coming to India? One study by the Ministry of Tourism tried to figure this difficult question out. In 2010 and 2011, they interviewed tourists leaving India at airports and bus stations and train stations. They asked them things like, why are you here generally, like business or pleasure? But then more specifically, so if you're here for leisure, what did you really come to see? Now, when I looked at the findings of this, I was surprised at the results because one reason is far and above the rest. So in this video, let's cover all the reasons foreign tourists come to India. And I'm curious if you can guess what the reason is why so many people come. To start though, let's go back 40 years and look at a study that influenced why the Ministry of Tourism conducted the study the way they did. Put on your nerd hats. In 1979, Crompton's push and pull method was created. It basically says people travel for two reasons. Push reasons and pull reasons. Push reasons are reasons that are pushing them out of where they live. Stressful job, politics at home, annoying neighbor, escape, novelty, social interaction. Pull reasons are reasons about a specific destination. For instance, what from India is pulling in all these tourists? So when the Ministry of Tourism did their study, they were curious, what are these reasons that are pulling in tourists? And generally, most tourists were coming to India for leisure. 36.8% said they were coming to India for leisure. 31.1% said they were coming for business. There were a few other general reasons as well. But since leisure had such a high percentage of the tourists, they then asked specifically, what were your main reasons for coming to India? They gave them 10 choices. The choices were visiting relatives, shopping, wildlife, adventure places, fairs and festivals and theme parks, yoga and meditation and medical treatment, monuments, forts, palaces and museums, religious places, hill stations, mountains, beaches, and other scenic places. And also there was a category for others, which totally should have been chai. Now, out of that list, only 4 were chosen by many people. The other 6 were barely chosen at all. The number 1 choice was chosen 70% of the time. That's 7 out of 10. That's almost 3 out of 4. That's a whole lot. Can you guess which one it is?
If you put your guess down below and you get it right, I will totally comment how awesome you are.
Well, let's start with the least popular ones. The 6 that weren't chosen were
visiting relatives, shopping, wildlife, adventure places, fairs and festivals and theme parks, and others, although it should have been chai.
So our top 4 were medical treatment, going to religious places, monuments, forts, palaces, museums, and destinations like hill stations, beaches, mountains, that type of thing. And India has such a wide diversity of those. There's a lot of choices.
But without further ado, which was the 4th most chosen reason why people come to India?
The 4th most chosen? Medical treatment, yoga, spiritual healing, meditation. Only 3.7% of the people chose this as their most important reason for coming to India. Which surprises me, because where I live, there's a lot of spiritual tourists. People are coming for their meditation. They're getting their Zen on. They're trying to become enlightened. 3rd most popular reason is visiting hill stations, mountains, and beaches. 7.5% of tourists are coming for that reason. A lot of people don't know how vast and diverse India is.
From mountain ranges like the Himalayas to the Western Ghats, from beaches in Goa to the Andaman Islands, India ranks 6th among the 12 mega biodiversity centers of the world.
The 2nd most popular reason people come to India is to go to religious places. 7.9% of all tourists are coming for that reason. This makes more sense because India is known around the world for its unique and devout ways. And there are beautiful temples everywhere. And finally, the main reason 70% of tourists are coming to India is because, drum roll please, monuments, palaces, forts, and museums. Now with India's long history and beautiful forts, beautiful buildings. The Taj Mahal itself attracts 8 million visitors each year. A lot of those are domestic tourists though. But you have other beautiful places like the India Gate in Delhi, Amber Palace in Jaipur, the Hawa Mahal in Jaipur.
There are so many different historical sites that if I were to name each of these that I'm including, it would take me another 2 hours.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
How many of you guessed it? Let me know in the comments. Or what reason do you think tourists should come to India? Let us know in the comments. If you like this video, please click the like button. This helps get this video out to more people so they can see the beautiful reasons to come to India. And tune in next week for another video about this amazing country.